Welcome back to Live for Love TV. Today's the 7th day of the 8th month of the 24th year inside the 21st century. Hope everyone's doing extremely well out there. Now, night's coming down pretty quickly here, so I'm going to get this video done, hopefully up and loaded and posted so you can get to watch it. Now, following from a last video I did was about the United Kingdom and its current unrest and some of the riots that are going on over there. I told you some stuff about it, and I'm going to double down on some of the stuff I told you, which I don't want to say I told you so, but I'm going to say I told you so. First off, there's a lot of people they're called indigenous Europe, English people, who are currently saying, and they're on all the news feeds, complaining about a two-tier policing system. That's what they're complaining about. They're saying there's a two-tier policing system, and obviously they feel they're getting the brunt of the two-tier policing system. Well, the reason I'm doing this video is because I've watched people, even on these so-called big news outlets, backing this argument. And I just like to say to all those Rick Van Winkle, Johnny come latey, 40 years just woken up to this. This is documented. So you're not coming up with anything that people who watch this Live for Love TV don't know. It's been documented. After the Stephen Lawrence issue in the UK, they had a report by a man called Lord Scarman. Lord Scarman found out that there was a two-tier policing system, an institutionally racist system against people of ethnic minority and other people. Two-tier system, that's what he was telling you. So to come out with it now and say, well, it's just happening, you must have been sleeping for 40 years. Or maybe you thought the system was fair when it wasn't happening to you. And now it's happening to you, and you just can't take it. Oh, my heart bleeds for you. That two-tier system has gone on forever. It started as a two-tier system under who? I think Sir Robert Peel, also Robert Peel, should I say, ex-Prime Minister who put the peelers out there with original police, the Bobby on the beat, they call them. His system was to keep down the people in a certain inner cities, which were East London, the Bethnal Greens, or wherever these areas were. That's what he was there for. It wasn't there for the uptown people. The police wasn't there for one person was to keep down and one was to be protected. That was a two-tier system. That's how it started. So it's always been two-tier system. Maybe it hasn't affected you in recent years like it affected me and many other people for 50, 60 years in the UK. So we know about it. So, let's scratch that one and go on to the next thing. And as for those people, those right-wing people, I have to say far-right people are talking about they're going to take their country back. It's a bit late for that. You don't talk about taking your country back when you run away from the capital city of that country. It's too late. You don't run away from your capital where the majority of people live and then talk about you want to take the country back. What are you going to do, march on London? I told all the people there who were getting these lists from the far right where they're going to turn up. I told you on the last video, these people ain't coming anywhere near where you are. They're not coming into your cities or towns near you. Trust me, they're not coming there. They're not stupid. And if they were to dare to come there, they'd come there in the dark of the night, which they haven't got the courage to do, when you didn't know. They wouldn't give you a forewarning. You're making it sound like they're brave people. They've got the courage. They're going to come down to Brixton and North London and Willesden and I don't know, every area, Handsworth and St. Paul's and Toxteth. They don't do things like that. They never did it before. They can't do it now. They're not going to come down. So they're just sort of getting you on tenterhooks, making you feel nervous. Police are out on the streets worrying if they're going to come down. They're going to come where you aren't there. And if there's only 4 or 5 of you in the area, yeah, they may well come to that area. They're not coming to those areas. Trust me. I said it to you in the last video. They've got people, anti-racist coming out all over the country, not waiting to buck these people up. They're not turning up. They're not turning up there. You're going on as if these are some sort of warriors trying to defend your country. If they were going to defend their country, they wouldn't have ran away from the capital all those years ago because somebody moved in next to them that they didn't like, and they ran out to the shire, the little areas around the area. Oh, I don't want to be in London anymore. London is your capital. If your capital falls, your country falls. So don't talk about you taking back the country. You gave up the capital, therefore you gave up the country. So that's over. Don't Don't try and play that one. And you know, I for people who know anything about London, in fact, for those of you who don't know much about London, in particular, you look at certain teams that are, especially teams like, let's say, North London and Tottenham and places like that. If you look at teams like Tottenham, if you were to see them on a weekly basis and find out how many of the people that support Tottenham come from anywhere near Tottenham, in anywhere near Tottenham at all, you're going to be surprised. If they do, they probably don't look like the people that are complaining about losing, London or losing the country. They probably look more like you and me. They don't live in those areas. As I said to you already, they ran and vacated those areas. Now that they're out in some other area, far away, maybe where the population or the so-called immigration is very low, they think it's high. They feel like they're being pushed into the sea. So they're getting frightened and they're deciding they're gonna, but they got nowhere to, they got nothing, they've lost the cap. I keep going on. You've lost your capital, you've lost your country. And you've lost it without a fight. So this little puppy show fight that you're trying to pretend that you're having now is a joke. If you, what are you, 300, 400 or 500 or 1,000 if you're going to go outside a mosque when there's no one in there? Try it when the mosque is full on a Friday. Try it try in an area where the young Muslims are ready for you. Let's see what you do then. Bring 1,000 there and see what happens to you. Now, that's my advice to you, is to go back, do your Rip Van Winkle, go back to sleep, stop making so much noise, don't be noisy neighbors, and be quiet. If you want to see London defended, it will be defended by the people who populate London now. They're the people who are going to defend London against any so-called invaders. It won't be the people who run away from it, because you don't run away, bring your children up somewhere else and think you're going to have the courage to come back down. You're not coming back down. You're too old, and your children wouldn't dare come down. They're not stupid enough to come into those areas. Anyway, take care. See you soon. Live for Love TV.
Hello everybody, my name is Caleb and you're watching Live for Love TV. Like, share and subscribe. Thank you.